We're a mid-sized boarding school. We have about 520 students here, grades 9 through 12. We've been around 167 years. As a student, Preston came to Hill from Chicago. He was here on student aid. He was a quieter member of the class, as I understand it. He wasn't sort of the out in front jock. And so I often see a little bit of surprise on his classmates' faces when they learn that not only is he our board chair, but he's helped to lead the school through an incredible period of growth, and that he's been our largest single donor in the history of the school.
And frankly, I had no idea what an incredibly effective communicator he was going to turn out to be in his role as chairman. Preston's prior history was investing in small capitalization stocks. It requires creativity, diligence, and care. And Preston took that same skill set and applied it to a school. Preston looks at this enterprise and thinks about what it needs to be doing to be relevant and thriving in the future. And he pushes the board and challenges the leadership team to make sure that we're on that track.
There is an old adage in board membership that you need to find board members who will give you wealth, wisdom, and work. And if you're lucky, you find board members that will give you one or two of those categories. Preston gives you all three. He's on the road probably 80 to 100 days a year on behalf of the school, visiting with alumni, talking to potential donors, meeting with parents, doing admissions events. He also is terrific about asking me and others, what are the things that no one else will support? Whether it's getting a new roof on the chapel, or our electrical infrastructure, or putting a new pipe organ in the chapel. I mean, these are just things that aren't necessarily as exciting to other people, but he knows how important they are to a fully functional and healthy school.
One of the things that has been fun to watch as a board member is the relationship between Zach and Preston. I know that they have robust dialogues and differences in opinion, as any two good leaders will, but by the time they get to the board, it's a seamless, unified front of things that the school must do and the approaches that we're taking, and that doesn't happen by accident. So I asked Preston once, what were his secrets to building such a great relationship with Zach? And he told me that it was an absolute commitment to speaking with Zach every single week. He wants to be sure that he's on the same page as Zach all the time.
Preston and I went to a workshop about board governance, and it was really about the partnership between board chair and head. And we left that conference together determined to change the way that the Hill School Board of Trustees governed the school. And having been around for over 160 years, the school was very mired in an old-fashioned way of running the school. A lot of reporting. We wanted a much more creative style, so we determined to restructure and reimagine our board meetings so that they would be generative, that they'd be imaginative, that they'd be forward-thinking, that they'd be progressive, that they would bring out all of the different perspectives of our board members, and they would be messy, and that they would be inclusive of our students and our faculty. Our board meetings are now incredibly fun, very dynamic, and I think that is maybe his greatest gift. He's changed the culture of how our Board of Trustees leads the school.
The Hill set out on a mission to virtually double its endowment, and Preston got things rocking with a major gift to support a fundamental change in our ability to pay our teachers a competitive and excellent salary. That gift has caused our faculty turnover rates to plummet and has allowed us to attract wonderful teachers here. But my first reaction when I heard that the plan was to be so aggressive, golly, Hill's never done that before, can we do that? And Preston's answer was, you know, you don't know until you try, you don't know until you're asked, and history doesn't reward the people that were afraid to go down that path.
I don't know personally any board member who has given so much of their resources, of their time, of their experience, and quite frankly of their heart to an institution as Preston Athey.